Previously on my farming life.
We are finally, well, what feels like finally, we're back on the field.
We've just had Trevor on the phone, wants to go down and have a chat with him.
I think two gentlemen standing looking over a tractor is never good. What's happening? How are we getting on?
So what are our options so far?
I mean, it looks like it's fixing the money pit, really. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the next episode of My Farming Live. I hope you're doing very, very well today. You join me as we are up very early this morning. This is very much dairy farming time for me. I'm not usually going this early, but I have been left to my own devices to do all the feeding up this morning because Bungle, Uncle and Cousin are away to look at cows. So I will leave them to do their thing, and they typically need to have the majority say on that because they do a lot more of the work with the cattle. So I said I'll feed everything up for them so they can get an early start because they've got quite a drive to go and do it all. So that is where they are. Today, it is end of October, so we're looking to, well, we'll get everything fed up here. Then we'll have to take the tractor down to Bellum to get everything fed up down there. Feed the sheep, make sure they're all looking good and taken care of. And then, and only then, we'll probably look to do a little bit of work. Got some more ploughing to finish off at some stage. And then we'll try and get the drill out, get some barley in. Now, whether or not we show you all that today, I don't know, but we will be mainly focusing on doing some of the livestock work. I've got a few things I want to tidy up whilst I'm up here as well, mainly bring that header, combine header back and get that all set up in the shed in here so we can then look to get everything serviced over when I'm finishing the field works now. However, left my tractor and plough there last night because we're still doing some work up here on the other side of the woods over there. So that's all done. We've got two, well, no, wait, what have I got up here? Another 1, 2, 3, 4 fields left to plow over, I think. So plenty of work left for me to do. And we will be, yeah, very busy with that one. So once we get Uncle back and get him all sorted out, we're not spreading any more slurry now. The ban is passed. So once he's back, we'll put the plow out into his tractor and he can get going as well. He's left the workshop door open for me, so I'll just probably shut that. And then we'll get after it. So 7810 is up here right now. My master's here, like I say, we're not going to be using that for a little while there. And we'll get ourselves going. Now what I need to do here, just knock this back. We need some straw in here as well. There's forwards on that side of things, which is fine. We will definitely make that work. And speaking of working, what I like to do here is just pull that back a little bit. We'll crank on the PTO, get the Ford really rumbling here this morning. And then we get something in here and we'll get ourselves ready to roll. So what we're going to be putting into here today is, with the mapper here, obviously some silage from the pit. Then we'll have to switch over. We've got some mineral feed over there that we need to put in there. We're trying to look to see what other options we have to get away from that, just so we can reduce our cost down, because I think I've mentioned it quite recently. That is quite an expensive additive to put in. We'll be putting some hay in here as well, just to give them a bit more of a roughage. And then the straw, we'll have to come back with a straw chopper at some stage or another. Combine's looking well though, out of the elements. Also, the bin lids were open. So, we'll get going into the map, bro. Yeah, let's get this taken care of here. We'll just spin ourselves around. No, Uncle's left his tractor there. That's handy. Anyway, we'll make it work. And then yeah, we might, well, I'm tempted when we get an opportunity to look for a new grab for this telehandler. The silage grabs that we have down the other yard there with the Robert gear that we bought really are quite nice, and it just makes a good separate job. And that way we don't have to keep, whenever we muck out a shed, we don't have to pressure wash this one down so we can use it again. It's all just done. What's not so nice though is the fact that you can't really see out of this map. There we go. So we'll stick a few grab loads into here, then we'll grab a bale, stick that one in. We've only ever had tub mixers here because we like the way it handles everything, and it works for our system because it's quite narrow, quite a short wheelbase as well. So that works well for us to be able to get in and around our yards. Now, could it do with being bigger? Absolutely it could. It's far too small for our needs now, to the point that, you know, it takes us several mixers to get everything fed up properly. So that is very, very not ideal. So we'll have to see what, again, with the idea of growth, there's loads of things I would want. There's loads of things I can't afford though, and a new tub mixer they're not cheap. Coming in about 40 grand as a very, very base model there. So yeah, there's a lot of different things to evaluate for that. But yeah, we will just use what we've got for now. As I think I mentioned previously, we do have some meetings coming up about some grants and grant usage there for various different plans that we have. So we'll see if that is going to be able to come into any fruition, because that could really help change things around if it can. Could mean quite a chaotic period of time as we're looking to really build, but we will, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let's just get this done. We'll pick that up there a bit more. All right, that's in. Now, I'm going to be lazy here, and I'm going to see if I can make it work without causing me any further problems. Should be fine. There you go. Perfect. Nicely done. Alright, so we will take off this wrap. We're gonna have to do that first before we can stick it into our tub feeder. We'll get this in and let that work around for a little bit. Stick the pallet forks on so we can actually get everything from the mineral pallets put in, and then we're good to go. Well, that's just that one all loaded up there. You can see it's just about spilling over the top, actually. So well played, me. We'll have to get this one all unloaded. Actually, we'll just stick this back out the way over here, because we're going to need that massey very shortly, I think, for what I want to do. Whilst we're up here, at least. The cattle down at the Bellum usually don't get fed as early, so they usually have a little bit left over from the evening as well, so they'll be fine. They kind of got pushed up a little bit this morning there anyway, but they'll be more than fine for another hour or so. We're going to let everything fill up here, and just going to let this mix over for a little bit, actually, and see how it's all going to look. I'd like to give it a couple of minutes just ticking over there. The cattle are getting hungry, as you can expect. It's breakfast time. And there you go. It's a full load, but it will, yeah, we'll give it a minute or two to go. And whilst we do that, we're probably just gonna disconnect the plow actually from Uncle's massey, and then borrow his. Now I couldn't actually find the pallet forks. I don't know where Uncle's been hiding them, or Cousin's put them somewhere. Not in here. We're getting everything tucked away for the winter in here. We need to, well, we'll be using some of the seed in the next day or two, which is handy, and the header trail is going to come straight in here as well. Nice to get everything out the way under some cover, though. That's always important. So we'll probably just end up dropping this off here if we can. Excellent. And we'll come back to that massey very shortly. Right then, breakfast time. We'll get this load stuck into here. Take a nice slow time with it, because I want to make sure that we get a nice even load across. Anyway, we'll get them all fed up, and then they'll get fed up again this evening here, probably around about 5 o'clock-ish. They'll get a little bit more in there, which will keep them going through the day, or through the evening, and then they'll be done. They need mucking out here as well. We should probably get onto that sooner rather than later, but we'll definitely get them some straw in here soon. Alright, looking good. And that's going to be this lot done. And now we have to rinse and repeat again, because we need to go over to the calves on the satellite shed and do the same thing again for them. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we will see how we get on. And then, yeah, rinse, repeat, go and load. Alright, so we're done. It's not going to take us too long to get this all taken care of, but it's nice to be able to get into it. And then we will, yeah, just a little stumble over the road, up the hill. And then we can get those ticked off the list there. They're growing really well, actually. We had a little bit of a dose for a few different bits and pieces there. Make sure there weren't any mineral deficiencies, and prevent them from any worms or flukes. So they're all looking good. And then now it's a case of just continuing to feed them, making sure that they're able to meet their weight gain there, which I think they're doing so far, which is nice. And we will continue to see how that looks with them. Yeah, nice to have that other shed to keep them in out the way as well. That's working great. Oh, we haven't started using the silage up there, but we're gonna have to do it at some stage or another. I'll probably leave that for early next year, I think, by the time we've used up some of the resources we have around here. Or we'll certainly be getting down on them, that's for sure. Anyway, so we're gonna go out here. This is why we couldn't spread too much slurry around here, because we've got the river right there, so you have to be quite careful with that. You know, the last thing you want to do is cause any pollution there, and then that's a hefty fine. Come on, old girl, up you go. There you go, nailed it. Perfect. Yeah, these fields up here are yet to be plowed. They'll be on the to-do list very soon. Once we get these 3 done, there's 2 more down at Bellum and then the new land as well. So, you know, we're probably halfway through at this stage. We're looking into the possibility of maybe trying to incorporate a bit more of a direct drilling approach in terms of how we prepare our ground. Our new combination would take it if it was like just lightly cultivated over first. It would be able to work with that, and that would save a lot of outgoings on fuel primarily, but then also things like wearing metal on plow bodies. But we still do need the plow. There's still a lot of value for us in it right now, but we will see. That old trailer there is just going to go scrap now. We have decided it's pretty useless in any other format, so just can't take the weight of some of these bigger bales, it turns out. And also, since I stacked all my silage bales there, space is an issue all of a sudden up here. But look at the little cows. They know it's breakfast time is here. Perfect. And we will just take ourselves around here and get everything filled up. One load here will be fine. Like I say, a little bit of a tighter yard to get into here in terms of where we can put it, but we will go. They look like they've got quite a bit left over from last night though, so this should be fine. But we'll add to it anyway. That's why we also bring this smaller tractor up here now, because it can get a little bit tighter into these corners. And then I might bring the telehandler up later on today as well, just to push everything up, make sure they're all looking good. And that's just done. Empty. Doesn't take long. And now we just need to figure out a way that we're getting out of here. I've never done this with this setup before. I don't know if I can get a bit of a lock on here to turn around. Guess we'll find out. What I would like, and where I think I would love to see us get into, is still maybe using this yard, because it's not a bad yard at all, but having the ability to have just a larger calf shed. That would be bang on. That would be bang on the money. Anyhow, we don't, so we'll crack on with what we have. And around here we'll go. So we're actually all done up here now. We're in a nice little position that we're going to spin this straight on over down to Bellum, where we will feed everything up down there. Once we fed that up down there, we'll then bring this tractor and feed it back up to the top here, because I have no other method of transport really. And then we will jump on into the masses, get a little bit of work done there, and then yeah, that's the morning routine done. Yeah, it would be. We've mentioned recently, of course, that the 7740 is at a point in disrepair at the minute, and it would be ideal to have had that tractor still in good condition, because the 40k box is nice and comfortable on the road, and it would have been handy just to stick it on the feeder during the winter. But we don't have it, so we're making do with this. This is probably a little bit more maneuverable, but it's marginal gains really. Yeah, there's still a lot of soil around, stubble around here that's yet to be ploughed over. I'm not sure who's taking that on at the minute, because it was up for rent, but I don't know who's taking that on. It's nice and quiet because it's still only about 10 to 8 in the morning here, so there's not too much traffic on the road either, which is great. We'll take it. Look at that sunrise as well. Just tremendous. And then when we get back over to Bellum here, once we've got everything fed up from the cattle side of things, it's on to, we've got to get a couple of bales of hay in for the sheep, get them sorted out. Then we will end up actually having to bring the straw chopper back up to South Healy as well. So because of the way things are there, I might actually just drop the feeder off here and stick the straw chopper on the back, and we will run up and take care of everything up there with this as well. Stuck in a pothole there. Oh dear, hello. Good lord. All over the place. Then by the time we got all of this done, well, it'll be time for a cup of tea, a little bit late breakfast, but we can get ourselves into the tractor for a bit of field work for the day. And then I have no idea when the rest of them will be back, so I'll probably end up having to feed up this evening as well. I'm going to base my day around that, and if I don't, then I'll get another couple of hours done in the field, but we will very much see. 7740, we're waiting to hear back. We obviously spoke with the dealers last week, and we're gonna see insurance is a no-go in terms of having it repaired and covered through there, and repairing in general is a no-go as well. Unfortunately, it just looks like it's not going to work out financially. So we've been having a few discussions around what we could do. One of those being a brand new machine, financing that and trying to find a good kind of slightly smaller tractor than the Massey that we have, but something that would be able to pull a plow, do some heavier cultivation work, 40 or 50k box in there as well. So but still small enough to do some of the lighter work that the 77 was doing. So we're looking at a few different options there, not specifically Masseys, but that's certainly one that I'm gunning for. And then we're also looking to see if there's any decent models out there that we could buy used that we could still get financing on. The main reason we want to look at financing is that we have quite a bit of work that we want to do around the farms, and we've got a cash outlay for that, and the cash is in the bank account to do it. So we want to keep that in the situ. We can afford to finance if we really have to. And obviously use things like the insurance payout on the for the 7740 to, I don't know, maybe put a bit of a deposit down or whatever that might look like. But we have that ability, and we're certainly able to do that. We just need to identify what the right machine will be for that. So we're looking at a few options, and we'll find out what they'll be. But like I say, it's just going to take a little bit of time. So what I can do now is going to reverse this back up here, I think, and we'll start this on the hill. All right, let's fire this away, and then rinse and repeat. Let's get this all loaded up, ready to go again. First things first, into the John Deere startup. That look like they've cleared up everything for this morning, so they're ready for more. So let's get them some breakfast. So we've got the grab on. Everything is warming up nicely, so we'll start with the grab. We'll get the silage in once again. So in total then, I believe, there you go. What's that going to be? There's 50 calves over at the satellite shed. That number might be increasing by the end of today. Who knows? There are, what have we got down here? About 60 cattle down here, and then about another 70 or so up the top end. So, what's that going to be? About 170, 180, give or take. That are being fed up at the moment there. We've got 250 sheep down here to feed. So it's a busy old morning. We'll have to stick a couple of bales of hay in. It doesn't take much to do the sheep, of course, but good to get them done nonetheless. Alrighty then. I just find feeding up with this grab here just to be that little bit nicer, a little bit easier to handle. It is a larger grab, so you gotta factor that in a little bit, but it's it just makes things a little bit more seamless, really. Stick another couple of these in, then we'll be on to some hay. The straw, same, we still have the same rations down here as well that we put in. Oh, got a bit high there. But like I say, there's a lot of conversation about maybe when we take on this extra bit of land, putting a bit more into something like sugar beet, so we can provide our own fodder for the livestock. Oh, nearly spilling it. There you go. Okay, so we'll let that mix up. Let's add everything else in there, and then we'll be good to go. We'll get everything fed. And then we'll feed the sheep up here as well. Just gotta do a little bit of switching around, and that's just getting ready and almost done for the day, actually. So onwards with the next task, and we'll keep going at it. All right, ready to go. We're crushing it this morning. This is another batch made up. I need to swap which side I'm going to be unloading the song. I think we did left. We had left last time round. Want to make it the right this time. So we'll just creep our way on in here. And then we can get this lot filled up as well. Nice and easily does it. Oh, that's the wrong gate. That one. There you go. I will get this all filled up here. Breakfast has come, ladies. And then yeah, we'll get this all put into here. And then at that point, I'm going to feed the sheep. We're actually probably going to leave this down here now. We'll bed everything up in the morning because this lot look okay. And I can't be bothered to go backwards and forwards today with the Massey to pick up a straw chopper. All right, trying to get it spread out nice and evenly there. That will be about us for the morning at least. Morning's feed is done there. So what I'll probably do, stick this out here a little bit to get the tractor out of touch, but we'll leave it here out of the way for now. And they can get on and have breakfast. Right, next job, feed the sheep down here, and then that is us pretty much done. We'll get some straw ready to go for the straw chopper at least. Alright, so feed a couple of sheep. A couple hundred sheep, I suppose. And then that's them all done as well. We're all set. There's a lot of wool that we have to get rid of at some stage or another. I don't know when that's going to happen because we just keep stacking it because it's not really worth a great deal at the moment. It never is, but it's worth less than usual. So we'll have to see what we can do with that. But get them a couple of bales of hay, just get them going. The reason we do this is, whilst you can see there's a lot of grass out here that they're going through, the grass quality is not good. So they really don't achieve much by eating it. So we'll just lob in a couple of bales of hay here, and then they'll be happy. Well, that's the aim. But you can see I need to shift a couple of pallets of wool. We're just kind of they're all over the place really right now, so we'll have to get them all shifted about. Anyway, hay's done. We're done. I am going to have to take the Ford back up to South Healy because I forgot. I don't have any other means of getting up there other than this here telehandler that we're in. So we'll have to see. Shut that before the Houdinis get any further. And then that's us done. Fed up nice and quickly this morning. Not an issue there to be had, really. What's that been? About 2 hours for us doing everything, so that's good. We'll park this in the hay shed, and then we can get ourselves away back up. It's actually, now that you get used to having it, the John Deere telehandler around here is an absolute dream. When we had the old JCB, it's just so much faster, more powerful, and just a bit more utilitarian as well. It's just, yeah, I don't know why we didn't do it earlier. It's one of those things. So next plan, we will pop off, drive ourselves back up on the road that we came down on there to feed everything up, and then park up the top there, ready for the evening feed. We'll jump on into the 3125 and see, get a few little things tied that were on there as well. So never stopping, always keep going. So we'll see you back up at the top. Tell you what, it's a cracking morning here, very autumnal, very nice and sunny. That's warming up with every hour as well, which is great. It is really, really nice to have. We've been in need of a few days like this. Actually get some work done. The ground is certainly less squelchy than it has been in the past there, which I like. And we'll be able to see just what we're getting on with today. Certainly don't think I'll be stopping because of the weather. So we'll be getting some fields turned over. And then if I can, God, they've been on that quickly today. What I'd like to do is by the end of the day as well, have the drill up here, so we can get cracking up here maybe this evening or tomorrow. We're due to receive some fertilizer soon. I don't think I gotta look after that today, but a load of fertilizer coming in soon as well. So we just need to get on top of a few things. All right, plow's already off. Go for a gentle little drive out in this Massey now. There you go. I haven't been in this in an age, but Uncle's kept it really tidy here. Been using it on the plow. It's getting a lot of work actually. Turning over a lot of ground for us here. Thank God this one's still old reliable really, because we would be sunk if it wasn't. And yeah, it's just a good plowing tractor. Really is quite nice for that. And it's got, yeah, he's got a few more fields to do up here. I'll probably get a few done today just to speed things up a little bit, and then I'll be back down to our ground at Bellum to get a bit more done as well. I just want to bring this header trailer in now though, because it's one of those jobs I've been meaning to do for a while, and like it keeps getting pushed back and back and back. So do it this way, at least it won't be, and we'll be good. I'm still not sure when that road over there is going to reopen. It got damaged with some flood damage ages ago, landslides, and there's a bridge up there which got knocked down as well. So I don't know when that or if that will ever get opened anytime soon, but know what the council's like? Probably not, but we will see. It doesn't really bother us though. It managed to keep away from us, so that is all good. We still can get to the farm the other way around, and we're just going to keep on going as we are. So header, as we look at it here, is all looking good actually, pretty tidy. We'll give it a bit of a service over there in the winter, check any knives over, that kind of stuff. Belts seem to be all okay, didn't have any issues with them, but as always there, we'll check just to make sure. But yeah, we'll just get this back out here. So this is one of the fields that I'll probably be coming up to today, and we'll get going with it. But for now, at least I think we're going to leave it here. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. This has been me really getting after the morning routine, which is a bit different for me because I don't really do it too much. So a little bit different, feeding everything up, and yeah, we'll go back to the farmhouse, get myself fed up, and then we'll be on for the day in the tractor cab. So if you have enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more if you are new, and welcome to Simulation for the Nation if you are. Really do appreciate you checking out the channel and watching the content as well. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback as we get through there, don't forget to leave them in the comment section down below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, and we'll see you in the next one.